Good morning to each and everyone. I am Miles D. Caasi, and I am going to discuss Chapter 11, School Policies and Their Functions. Schools are institutions motivated by a shared vision. Necessarily, schools must have policies for them to realize their vision and mission. These policies are a reflection of the values of the people who created them. Whatever policies are formulated must redound to the improved teaching, learning of the learners, which is the very reason of the existence of the schools. In this chapter, we will focus on school policies that govern school and community partnership. The learning outcome of this chapter is at the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the importance of school policies in school operation. We have here a policy on grading given by the DepEd Central Office in DepEd Order 8, Series of 2015, dated April 1, 2015. This grading system is for grades 1 to 10. So, according to this policy, the grading system is divided into three, which are written work, performance tasks, and quarterly assessment. This has corresponding percentage for specific subjects, like for the language, AP and ESP has 30, 50, and 20% respectively. Then for science and math, 40 and 20% respectively, and for MAPE and TLE, 20, 60, and 20% respectively. This policy is implemented to make that the grades of the students are computed based on what are they giving on the class. Hindi yung pinatakaan lang ng teacher na ganito ganyan ang naging grades nila ng students. And for the students concerned to know how are their grades are computed. Iba-iba ang grading system for each level of education. For example, dito sa ina-explain ko is about ito sa grades 1 to 10. Pero iba yung sa college na grading system. Next is the policy on students' absences and tardiness. A learner who incurs absences of more than 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester should be given a failing grade and not earn credits for the learning area or subject. So, alam nating lahat ang about sa students' absences or lates. In this policy, pag ang isang student is lumampas na ng, for example, is 200 days yung klase for the whole school year, then naka 40 days absent na siya. Madadrop na siya sa subject na yon, pero kapag lumampas na siya ng more than 20% absence, then meron siyang acceptable and valid reason kung bakit siya umabsent. For example, nagkalagnat siya ng mataas. Then, she or he needed to submit an excuse letter with the signature of the parents or guardian. Or pwede ding mag-submit ng medical record. Then, dito naman sa pagiging absent na to, yung mga teacher is concerned sila sa mga student nila. So, paminsan, ang mga teacher is nagko-conduct sila ng, nagtatanong sila sa ibang student na, i-chat nyo si ganito ganyan, mag-aral pa ba to siya? Then, ganyan ang mga ginagawa ng ibang teacher. Then, about naman sa pagiging tardy ng bata, madalas ang bata tinatamad sa time ng klase pag umaga at hapon kasi doon sila dinadalaw ng antok. That behavior is especially discouraged. Teachers shall inform the parents, guardians, through a meeting if a learner has incurred 5 consecutive days of tardiness. Next is the policy on collection of contributions. Cognizant of the need of an organization for adequate funds to sustain its operation, it means being aware or mindful of the fact that an organization requires sufficient financial resources to continue its activities and maintain its functionality. It highlights the importance of understanding na kung walang pondo ang isang organization ay mag-struggle na mag-operate talaga ito effectively. Magawa yung mga goals na dapat nilang gawin and mahihirapan itong mag-operate ng mas matagal. This awareness is crucial for making informed decisions about budgeting, fundraising, and financial management within the organization. Next is the PTA's program and projects shall be in line with the School Improvement Plan or SIP. It means that the initiatives and activities undertaken by the Parent-Teacher Association or the PTA should align with and support the objectives and strategies outlined in the School Improvement Plan. The SIP is a detailed plan na ni-develop ng school to enhance educational outcomes, improve facilities, and ma-address yung iba't ibang needs na kakailanganin ng school by ensuring that the PTA's efforts are consistent with the SIP. It helps ensure that both the schools and the PTA's resources and efforts are coordinated and contribute to the overall goals of improving the school's environment and educational standards. Next is the non-payment of the contributions by the parent member shall not be a basis for non-admission or non-issuance of clearances to the child by the school concerned, means that a school cannot deny a student admission or withhold necessary clearances such as report cards, diplomas, or other official documents dahil lang sa hindi nakabayad yung magulang sa contribution. Mali yun. In other words, ang bata ay may karapatan na makapag-aral ng maayos at makakuha ng mga kinakailangan niya ng mga school documents kahit na hindi nakabayad ang magulang niya sa contribution. Next is the contributions shall be collected by the PTA treasurer. Means that the responsibility for gathering and managing the financial contributions from parents or members of the Parent-Teacher Association is assigned to the treasurer of the PTA. The treasurer is typically an elected or appointed official within the PTA who handles financial matters, ensuring that all collected funds are accounted for and used according to the PTA's objectives and plans. This helps maintain transparency and proper financial management within the organization. Next is the no collection of PTA contributions shall be done during the enrollment period. Means that the Parent-Teacher Association is not allowed to request or gather financial contributions from parents or guardians at the time when students are enrolling in school. Itong rule na ito is to prevent additional financial pressure on families during the enrollment process and to ensure that the enrollment procedures focus solely on admitting students rather than handling financial matters related to PTA. Next is, no teacher or any school personnel shall be involved in such collection activities. This rule is to ensure that the educational staff can focus on their primary responsibilities of teaching and supporting students, and it helps maintain a clear boundary between educational duties and financial activities. It also helps avoid potential conflicts of interest or undue pressure on parents to contribute. And lastly, PTA officers and members of the Board of Directors are prohibited from collecting salaries. It means na yung individuals who hold positions as officers or members of the Board of Directors within the Parent-Teacher Association are not allowed to receive payment or a salary for their roles. These positions are typically volunteer-based lang, and the prohibition on salaries ensures that the PTA remains a non-profit organization. It focuses on supporting the school and its students rather than providing financial compensation to its leaders. This rule helps maintain the integrity and volunteer spirit of the PTA. So these are the importance of policies. Schools in partnership with their community have their own picture of what they want to be, vision statement, and so must offer services and must do what they are supposed to do, their mission statement, in order to realize what they envisioned themselves to be. So this means that the school working together with its community has an ideal or long-term goal, yung vision nila, that it strives to achieve. To reach this goal, the school must provide specific services and carry out particular actions, yung mission, that aligned with and support its vision. For example, ang isang vision ng isang school is to be a leading institution that nurtures innovative and compassionate leaders for a sustainable future. Then, ang mission is to provide high-quality education through a dynamic curriculum, foster a supportive and inclusive environment, and engage in community service to develop responsible and creative individuals. So in this example, the vision statement outlines the school's aspiration to be a top institution that produces future leaders who are innovative and compassionate. The mission statement then details the actions the school will take to achieve this vision, such as offering a dynamic curriculum, creating a supportive environment, and encouraging community service. By adhering to its mission, the school works towards realizing its vision. Next is school's policy on the grading system is important for everyone concerned to know how grades are computed. Means that it is crucial for all stakeholders, including students, parents, and teachers, to understand the rules and method the school uses to calculate academic grades. This transparency ensures that everyone is aware of the criteria and processes involved, which promotes fairness, accountability, and trust in the evaluation system. For example, yung pinakita ko kanina na percentage of grades. By clearly outlining this policy, the school ensures that students know how much weight each component has in their final grade. For instance, if a student excels in quizzes and final exams but has low participation in class, they can understand how this will impact their overall grade. This clarity helps students focus their efforts appropriately and provides parents and teachers with a clear framework for discussing academic performance and progress. Next is the policies on student tardiness and absenteeism certainly will curb tardiness and absenteeism to ensure learning. By implementing such policies, schools aim to create an environment where students attend classes regularly and punctually, of course, thereby maximizing their opportunities for learning and academic success. By enforcing these policies consistently, schools send a clear message about the importance of punctuality and attendance. Students are more likely to prioritize being on time and attending classes regularly when they know there are consequences for tardiness and absenteeism. As a result, the overall learning environment is improved and students have a better chance of academic success. Lastly is the policies are intended to ensure that schools perform and realize what they have envisioned for themselves. It means that the policies established by a school are designed to guide its actions and operations in a way that aligns with its goals and aspirations. These policies serve as a framework for decision making and behavior within the school community, helping to ensure that all activities and practices contribute to achieving the school's vision. And that's all for my report. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a new lesson.